What's up, you guys? Welcome back. So today I am barefaced, which means I'm doing a foundation review, and I'm trying out the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow foundation. This is newer in the drugstore. I've already seen people do reviews on this. I haven't watched the reviews because I knew I was going to do a review on it, but I've seen that people have been doing reviews on it, and I've been excited to try it, but I had a hard time finding it. I found it at my local Walmart. If you guys don't already know, I do have oily skin, so I typically use more like natural matte or mattifying foundations, but I wanted to give this one a try because I have been more into glowy looks rather than super matte. So the color I got in the foundation is 208 Sun Beige, and on the packaging it's very similar to the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte. So on the back it tells you like a few of the claims. So it says that the finish is radiant, it wears up to 24 hours, the coverage is medium, and the texture is air light. So I'm going to pull up the foundation on the L'Oreal website to see what it says on there. So I'm on the L'Oreal website and there are 12 shades to choose from, and on here it says pretty much the same thing that it says on the bottle. It also says lightweight and creamy, this long-lasting foundation goes on smooth with a glow finish that lasts. With medium coverage, it instantly hides imperfections for a clear complexion. The hydrating foundation with SPF is ideal for normal to dry skin. So I didn't know that this one had SPF. Oh yeah, it says right here. So this one has an SPF of 15. That's pretty much all it says online. So I'm going to go ahead and try on the foundation. And I'm going to do half of my face with a beauty blender, the other half of my face with a brush. I was going to say a sponge, but a beauty blender is a sponge. So I'm going to do half my face with a beauty blender, and I'm going to do the other half of my face with a brush. So on here it says to shake well and to dot onto the skin. So I'm just going to shake it up. Even though I have shaken it for a while already, it still sounds pretty liquidy. So we'll see if it's like really runny. But I'm just going to dot it onto my face. I'm mainly going to focus the foundation in the areas where I need more coverage. So this is everywhere that I put it, and I'm going to go in with my dampened beauty blender, and I'm just going to blend that into the skin. It is covering really good so far. So I can still see a little bit of my acne peeking through, which I'm not really surprised because it does say it's more of a medium coverage. It has a really smooth finish, and it's not as glowy as I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be like really glowy. I'm going to apply a little bit more on the back of my beauty blender and then apply a second layer so we can see if it's buildable or not. Alright, so it is pretty buildable. It looks good. It still didn't cover like completely this area, but it still looks nice compared to this side. I almost can't even feel the foundation on my face. It's pretty lightweight. It evened out my skin tone. You can see around this area that it is giving me a little bit more of a glow, whereas this side's a little bit more matte. It evened out the darkness around my eyes, and it covered up all the redness and pretty much all the scars that I had as well. So far so good. So now I'm going to go ahead and try applying it with a brush, and I'm using the brush that I always use. I'm using the Morphe M439. It's just a really dense foundation brush. And then I'm just going to tap the product into the skin. And I think I'm liking it a lot more with the brush. I'm getting a ton of coverage. With the brush, I'm not even going to go in with the second layer. This is enough coverage. I really like the way it looks with the brush a lot better. It evened out the skin quicker, still gave me the glow. Now you can see on both sides right here that they are both glowy. I feel like most of the foundation reviews that I do, I end up liking the brush a lot more. But yeah, from the two, I definitely like this side a lot more. I do feel like it has a nice radiant finish, and I do feel like it's air light, and I also feel like it's a medium coverage. With this side it covered a little more because of the brush, but with a beauty blender it'll probably give off more of a medium coverage. So I'm going to finish off the rest of my makeup so you can see how it looks with other products, and then I will be back to share a few more thoughts on the foundation. Okay, so I'm done doing my makeup. I just added bronzer, blush, a little bit of highlight on the highest points of my cheeks, and then I applied powder right underneath the eyes. I love the way this foundation looks so far. It is giving my face a nice glow besides my highlight. Like around here, I didn't apply highlight, and you can see that there's just a tiny bit of glow there. My face just looks nice and radiant, and it looks pretty natural in person as well. So right now it is 9:05 a.m. So we're gonna put this foundation to the test the entire day. I'm gonna check back in around 4 or 4:30 before I go to work to see how the foundation is holding up. As I always say, I'm not going to touch up at all. I'm not going to powder. I'm not going to blot my face. I'm gonna leave it as is to see if and how much I get oily throughout the day. Okay, so it is now 3:46, and so I've been wearing this foundation for almost 7 hours, and it has held up so nicely. So on camera you can see that it is still giving me that nice glow. My oils are starting to peek through a little bit in the center, but this is a glowy foundation and I do have oily skin, so of course that is going to happen. But it doesn't like look bad. It looks fine. It looks like I just have a natural glow to my skin. To a lot of people this would be like too oily or too greasy. Remember, I didn't set my face with powder. The only place that I set was literally right here, right underneath my eye. So if I set this area with powder, set my T-zone, then I'll be fine. I personally love the way that this foundation looks, and I will be using it again. See, look how it makes my face look. It just looks super healthy and glowy. I'm going to be using this foundation a lot more. Now, the only thing I couldn't really prove to you guys is the wear. Like, I did not wear this for 24 hours because that's just craziness, but it does last a while. It hasn't flaked off. It hasn't like broken up on me. Nothing. So I still agree with all of the claims that it makes. I still do think that it has a radiant finish. I do feel like it's still lightweight. It's a medium coverage. I just can't tell if it's a 24-hour wear because I'm not going to wear a foundation for 24 hours. One thing I have noticed is that I am kind of getting this smell that I feel that is like right here. I think it's the foundation. I'm almost 100% sure that's the foundation, but it's like that smell that just does not go away. It doesn't smell bad, but it kind of smells like sunscreen, and it's just there. That's the only like con I have about this foundation right now. I'm pretty sure it smells like that because it has like the SPF in there. And speaking of SPF, even though this has SPF in it, there's no flashback, which is good. That's another pro to the foundation. So I didn't have any issues with flashback. So if you're thinking about using this for like pictures and stuff, you shouldn't really have an issue. So that is my first impression review and demo on the new L'Oreal Pro Glow Foundation. So if you have any further questions on the foundation, please let me know down in the comment section. If you are still watching this video and you're not subscribed to my channel, hit the subscribe button. I hope you found this video helpful and I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you on my next video.